Hi, I'm Rob Rader, and this video is for anyone who's just gotten home with a beautiful, newly purchased bass guitar and is wondering, how the heck am I going to play this thing? Let's look at the right hand first. Most people will do best most of the time finding a spot to anchor the right hand thumb so they have some resistance for the fingers to pull back against. You may choose to use one of the pickups, you may find you like the end of the neck best, but most of us are going to work best if we find a spot where that thumb can be anchored and the fingers have some resistance that they can pull back against. Once you've found a comfortable spot for your thumb, there are really two ways of making that work. Some people like to keep the thumb in one spot all the time and have the hand open and close while the fingers work their way across the strings. Some people find that they prefer to have the thumb follow a string or two behind the fingers. Either way can really work fine. It's just a matter of personal preference. Whatever you're comfortable with is probably what's going to work best for you. One other consideration for right hand placement is that the bass will sound a little bit different depending on where we're actually hitting the strings. Closer to the neck, get a more full warm tone, appropriate for something like this. On the other hand, close to the bridge, brighter tone, maybe for something like this. One other way of getting a dramatically different sound out of the bass is to actually use the thumb to hit the strings with, and that's where you get this kind of thing from. So, wrapping up the right hand, what's going to work best for most people most of the time is to find a good solid anchor point for that thumb, give the fingers a little resistance to pull against. You can have the hand open and close as the fingers move across the strings, or you can have the thumb follow along behind. Either way is a totally legit way of doing it. Some people prefer one way, some people prefer the other way. It's not going to make a big difference in the long term. And if you find that you want a more of a funk R&B oriented tone, using the thumb itself to hit the strings is the way that sounds usually obtained. As far as the left hand is concerned, what's going to work best for most people most of the time is to try and find a spot around the center of the back of the neck where the left hand thumb can sit. And you want to put that thumb on there almost as if you're trying to leave a thumbprint on the back edge of the neck. When you bring your hand around the bass, you'll find that the thumb rolls a little bit towards the bottom and the front of the bass. That's okay. But do be sure to leave some space between the bottom edge of the fretboard and the palm of your hand. Something about like this. Let the fingers approach from the front of the fretboard. And for a lot of things, what's going to work out best is to let each finger sit on an adjacent fret. The item for today is how do we actually hold the bass, and the way to work that out is just let it lie across your lap, sit in a perfectly comfortable position, put your left hand out wherever it just kind of goes by nature. Take the bass, set it on your right leg, and the neck goes to your left hand. Wherever your hand went on its own, that's where the bass neck goes. Don't worry about trying to come to the bass, let it come to you, and have fun playing.